Hi, this is Bojan Kralov and I am the creator of the mappl-io spatial tables app for Miro. And what I wanted to do in this video is to go over how you can use our app to run a brainstorming session. To do that, you have to click on the practical application examples drop-down menu and then select the brainstorming option. In addition to brainstorming, we have a super Kanban option, objective key results option, and competition analysis options. There would be videos on these things in our channel. But let us start off with the focus of this video, which is brainstorming. Once we click on the button, what would happen in the background is that we would be adding a spatial table, a number of shapes on our board. As you can see, we have added some items on the board. We have some instructions on top, which in this case, we would not be going through in detail. And if we examine the spatial table itself, we can see that it contains a number of hierarchies. Now, if you don't know what a spatial table is or how the app works, we do have videos that cover these topics, so please watch them before you move on with this one. In this particular case, we have a spatial table which has three categories, three levels of categories. We have a brainstorming session A, so this would be our top category. We then have a second category, which includes a couple of topics, topic A and topic B. And then we have third level categories, which are children to this, which are called idea bucket, we might do, and we should do. Of course, one of the main things about the spatial tables approach is that it allows us to very easily work with multiple levels of categories so that we can more effectively describe our data visually before we convert it to a proper table. Now, in this particular case, let us focus on our topic A session. As you can imagine, we might run a brainstorming session, which is subdivided into topics, topic A and topic B. And then in the topic A session itself, we would have a subcategory called idea bucket. This is where our ideas would go in during the brainstorming session. Now, for those of you that have not done a brainstorming session before, one of the key things about effectively running a brainstorming session is to try to throw as many ideas as possible without thinking about them too much during one kind of part of the session. So you should come up with ideas with no judgment. And only afterwards should you actually think about these, prioritize them somehow, maybe vote on them so that you can decide which of these ideas are good and which of these ideas are not so good. So this is what we've done in this case. We've come up with a bunch of ideas, and then we can use the other subcategories in this particular rectangle we might do and we should do. So you can imagine that we can take some of our ideas and then we might place them in the we might do categories, maybe good ideas which should be done one day. And then the real good ones, the ones that we really like, should go into the we should do category. So notice that in all of these cases, what we have is a visual representation of a table, which can then be converted to a regular table using the app. So if we click on the blue view results button, we will then open up our results view. Now this is a real table that you can actively manipulate. You can move columns, you can sort columns, you can even filter columns. But the main thing that I want to focus on now is that we have gone from a spatial representation of a table, what we call a spatial table, into the sort of typical table that you deal with. And the nice thing with these tables is that we can download them, for example, as a CSV file. We save the file, and then maybe we open it up as an Excel spreadsheet. So here we go. This is exactly the same data in Excel. You can imagine once you move on to an external application like this, you can very easily, for example, append a number of brainstorming sessions in the same master table, and then you can look through them conveniently. You can share this information with people in a convenient format, and you can do many other things. Of course, you don't have to use Excel. You can, of course, use other spreadsheet programs or some of the no-code applications which work particularly well with these types of data sets, things such as Airtable, Notion, Coda, where you can, in addition to filtering and sorting data, you can very easily group data and start doing many other things in addition to that. So this is all I wanted to say about running a brainstorming session using our spatial table template for that. As I mentioned before, there would be other videos which deal with some of the other spatial tables which are included in the app. If you want to get notified about future videos like this, please subscribe to our channel. And this is all I have to say for now.